ATVScene.com proudly presents a Fireside Chat with John Arens and Cain Smead. This week's topic, the 2006 Yamaha Raptor 700R.
Welcome to Fireside Chat with ATVC. We're here with John Arens, myself, Cain Smead. We're going to talk a little bit about the Raptor 700R. John, you rode it for the first time today. How was it?
I did. I loved it. I thought it was one of the best sport models I've ever ridden. In fact, up until now, I thought the all-time favorite sport model of myself was the YFC 450. But today, the 700 appealed to me even more than the 450 ever did. Really.
It's pretty similar to the 450 chassis-wise, don't you think?
It is. The front-end geometry is very similar to the 450, and it shows on the trail. I mean, it handles extremely precisely. Wherever you put it, that's where it goes. And it was a lot of fun to just wind through the trees on it.
Yeah. There's a lot of weight on the front end, so it really carves well. How about the comfort?
I thought the ergonomics were excellent. It was nice and narrow in the tank where your knees are. The bars were where they should be. You're not reaching out for them too much. The height of the bars was pretty good. Seat was, I like foam that's kind of firm in the seat. That way you can slide around on it.
Sorry.
I like seat foam to be a little bit more firm, and that way it's easy to slide around.
I'm sorry, I blew it. I think it's over.
So what do you find so ironic about me liking a firm seat?
That's your preference. Is that how you select a woman, John?
No, that would be by internet connection speed for the most part, but it's not
good quality to have in a girlfriend.
Right. I've heard that other editors select by different methods, possibly something to do with proximity to a major airport.
That helps. You gotta sleep in, you know?
Right. Well, you're the pro rider. You've ridden everything, raced everything. What did you like about it? It was close to an airport?
The Raptor 700, just a smooth all-around engine, great handling, great suspension. Suspension was close to the YFC as you could probably get, and with a little easier to ride, a little more forgiving.
I thought it was extremely precise. It would carve really well, just like the 450 did. But some of the riders wanted a little bit more bottom end out of it, and they thought a pipe would help out. What do you think?
I'm sure the pipe would work great on the 700. They tell us that you can just put on a slip-on exhaust, throw the airbox lid away, maybe put a K&N or an aftermarket filter. No jetting required with that EFI. That's great.
It's great for me. I can never jet.
Yeah, and the old Raptor had 2 carbs, so that was twice as bad. So this is going to be very user-friendly for any trail rider who wants to have the biggest, baddest trail machine out there.
Right. Front suspension
felt similar to the YFC 450. Plush, never bottomed it out. Carved when you needed it to. Just light enough front end to carry over bumps if you needed to, but never would come up unexpectedly like the old Raptor, or go up on 2 wheels side to side like the old Raptor.
I thought the front suspension handled the whoops extremely well. It just seemed to be nice. I mean, it was probably one of the best set of front shocks, stock-wise, that I've ever ridden. In the back, they tell us that we could have lowered the rebound a little bit.
Yeah, lightened spring a tad to just equal. It was a little harsh on some of the high-speed bumps, but we didn't make too many adjustments, and when we get our own models, we'll do that, and I'm sure we'll be able to get that thing dialed in.
I think so.
But by far, 50% better front end than the old Raptor, and probably 25% better rear end than the old Raptor. Plus the new chain adjustment, kind of a Honda Cannondale-esque chain adjustment in the rear that's going to make it easy. Because that old one was a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm. But they told me today they could never do that in the past because that was protected by patent, which expired in the past year or so, and now they're allowed to use that same system.
Yeah, anybody can use it now.
So that explains why they never had it before.
Exactly. Suzuki never had it either, and with their new 450, they'll probably adopt that if they know what's good for them.
I would hope. What do you think about the overall ergonomics of it? Where the bars are and the seat?
Yeah, great. The foot pegs feel they're a great relation to the handlebars. You're not too cramped. Your knees are actually slightly down at a downward angle, and so it's real easy to stand up and sit down without a lot of pressure on your thighs, and real comfortable bike all around. And seat's not as narrow as the old Raptor, but you could still slide right to left to carve. And
that's because it had a nice firm seat.
That firm seat. Back to the firm seat.
Yeah, it was easy to move around on.
Very easy, and you could ride on the back of the seat without the front end coming up, which was great.
Yeah. Yes. What about tires? Because sometimes we were on very loose terrain. It was quite silty in a lot of areas. In some corners, you could feel the whole bike slide a little bit. And I wasn't sure if the front tires and the back tires weren't biting, or it was just sliding because it was like baby powder.
Yeah, Yamaha put those kind of sharp edge knobbies on there, I think more for looks than anything. They were angled, kind of diamond shaped or arrow shaped, and forward traction was good, braking traction was great, but the side to side, I felt it lacked quite a bit of grip. Kind of would wander side to side. So I think a good set of ITP or Maxxis razors on there would even help improve the bike even more.
Yeah, I'd like to get it on a tacky terrain like a motocross track or a GNCC type course and see what it does on a good loamy surface, and then make a tire selection.
Yeah,
because it may react entirely differently on that.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, just as it will with an exhaust system. So there's a little room for improvement on that new 700, but stock right out of the box, it's a great sport machine. It's going to definitely give its competition, the Bombardier DS 650, the Predator 500. It's going to give them a run for their money for sure.
You like the EFI?
EFI was smooth, yeah, very good. Better fuel mileage, which is always a plus. Good starting. Yeah, it's a good feature.
I like that. No more jetting, and it was extremely crisp. You hit the throttle and the motor was right there. Yeah. And it was easy starting too. You start it with your thumb off the throttle, you just hit the button and EFI takes care of itself.
Exactly. Had a little fuel pump you could hear it kick on when you turn the key.
Yep. Overall though, who do you see buying this bike? Because riders pro level like yourself, you can push a YFC 450 where a lot of riders can't. And I just see this working for guys that have maybe been around a while, and maybe they used to ride pro or ride harder, and now this bike fits them perfect because it can still go fast and it's easy, and it's just...
Yeah, this is a lot more comfortable than any 450 machine out there. Yeah. So not necessarily, you don't need to be a bigger rider, but definitely someone that wants a little more comfort. There's a big market for guys who just want a big number. That 700 number will get a lot of people. And but the power's there. It's pretty much for a normal guy who just rides half to 3/4 throttle on some trails. It's going to work better than a 450. Where a 450 you really need to wring it out and throw it around to make it go fast. This thing can chug along and at a good clip and still be comfortable for the average guy and relatively safe. Okay, John, we've discussed all the features on the new Raptor. Do you have any final thoughts about it?
Again, this kind of reminds me of the 450 when they brought that out a few years ago. It seems like Yamaha has really gone the extra mile to produce a great model, and they've done it twice now. And nobody even knew the 700 was coming, but I got to hand it to them. They did a great job. It touches my heart.
Oh, yes. Mine too. That concludes another episode of Fireside Chat. Thank you, John. We will see you next time. Good.
This has been a Fireside Chat with John Arens and Cain Smead. Won't you join us next time as we bring to you the 2006 YFZ 450?